see any kind of harm in that. But like I said, but this girl, yeah,
And how the scary movie stuff, I didn't even think about that. But I probably shouldn't admit this. I don't want to say enjoy. I like scary movies, but I like the old scary movies. I don't do anything that has possession in it. Paranormal Activity, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Y'all can have all that. But I like stuff that's like so gross, like it's fake, or that's so out there that it's fake, like Halloween or Freddy Krueger or um Nightmare. I think Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy Krueger. Friday the 13th. I enjoy all those. I don't like all the sequels to those though, like one and done. Like they should have left off of them at the very first one. Um, but I mean, like the Saw movies that are just really gross and gory, and you're sitting here going, "There's it. It's there's no way it's real." Like stuff that it's obvious that something like that. But I mean, I don't know about you. I believe that people can be possessed by demons because that is biblical. So I don't watch that stuff. Y'all can have it. But just the fun, scary, like Scream movies. Honestly, stuff like that could happen too. People would lose their minds and be stupid. And spoiler alert if you've never seen Scream movies. But, so I mean, the scary movies to me, I don't know. Scary movies are typically kind of stupid. Like the first person is gonna die always. There's the first person and the couple. They're always gonna die. Always. It's just the way it is. So, but anyway, it's just I don't know. Like I say that, but then I'm sorry, I'm taking this from you, but Mark Hall, the lead singer of Casting Crowns, he I saw him at Atlanta Fest one year, and he was talking about um his song Courageous. I think it was Courageous, but it's the line says, in the war of the mind, I will make my stand in the battle of the heart and the battle of the hands. Like, I never understood that line. Like, I thought it was really cool. But I never got it until I saw him, give his thoughts about that and like his testimony where that come from. Um, the things that place fear into our lives. So like if I watch a scary movie and it's going to give me nightmares, that's not okay. That those nightmares are God's way of saying you probably shouldn't have watched that. Like because it instills fear into your mind and into your heart. And so we as Christians have to be on guard against that. There's enough things in this world that can drive fear into us. We don't need to help it along. And fear puts doubt, puts questions, and puts separation, which leads to separation between us and Jesus. Because the more doubts we have, I mean, I've heard it said that you can't have faith and doubts, which I don't know exactly if I believe that because Lord knows I have my doubts. But like when I have those doubts, I'll just say, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. Like the Father I think it was in Mark, the Father wanting his son to be saved. And Jesus said, if you have, or if you believe, and he was like, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. And I have those kind of doubts. And so watching these movies, if they're not instilling fear into me, then there's no way they can put space between me and God. However, if I choose to watch movies, like I know the paranormal activity movies, um, I went to the movie theater. I was pushed to go to the movies with some friends, and I literally sat in the movie like this because I didn't want to watch it. Like I just didn't like because I knew what it was supposed to be about, and stuff like that really does put fear in me. And so, like the whole time, I was sitting like this, and that could have the potential to put space between me and God. So I guess it falls back on conviction. If God is convicting me, like I knew I shouldn't have went and saw that movie. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And I went against those convictions, and that in itself is a form. that is disobedience, and disobedience is sin, and sin puts a separation between me and God. So, Halloween movies, scary movies, if it's going to put that separation between you and God, don't do it. But if it's not going to bother you, if it's not going to instill fear into your life, if it's just something that, like my cousin loves scary movies, but it's because she loves to laugh at them. Like even the paranormal activity and stuff like that. Because she's like, it's all so stupid. She said it's just all stupid, like we've talked about it before. And she told me, she was like, hey, it's stupid stuff. Like, why does stuff like that bother you? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because I do believe in possession and stuff like that. I believe that people can be possessed by demons. So, but I've learned as I've gotten older that if if those movies are going to put that separation between me and God, the scary movies, then I don't need to watch it. Just like if Halloween were to put separation between me and God, I would not need to celebrate. I wouldn't need to go out and trick or treat, or I wouldn't need to go out and in a costume. Like my hometown, the actual town part. I live out in the woods away from the town part, but the actual town part where Main Street is, and there's houses along Main Street. They block off each end of Main Street every year, and they do a town wide trunk or treat. Like people that don't live in town will find vacant lots and will park their cars in it and pop the trunk and do candy and stuff. And you got families walking up and down the street I love to go to that. I love to go and hang out with people and dressed up and stuff, but that doesn't put separation between me and God. So it really depends. Just like my I have friends who have different denominations than I do, and like I'm Baptist, born, raised, but the older I get, the more I see the difference in the denominations, and I'm able to understand where she comes from, my Pentecostal friend comes from, and why she doesn't celebrate Halloween. She doesn't go into all this stuff, but it's because she's convicted of that. And if she went past that conviction and celebrated it, she would put that separation between her and God. And that's not okay. So sorry, I just like took all that from the movie part. Sorry.
No, you're all good. That's actually some really good stuff that you brought up because yeah, like I said, it just like I said, it goes back to conviction and just knowing, like I said, the Lord tells us do not fear, and like I said, there's enough things going on in the world that can be fearful. I say these, especially with sorry if it's triggering for anybody that is viewing this, but like mass shootings, stuff like that, or like these just I don't know, just tension between everybody, whether it's political differences and stuff like that, or just a fear of just seeing what's even not even happening to America, but like just seeing stuff that's happening like in Ukraine with like Russia and Ukraine, and so I said there's enough things that are going on in the world that instill that may give us fear or just worry. And of course, we know that we can't help but to worry. We're not perfect, and we still have like fleshly emotions and stuff like that. But we just know that the Lord tells us to do not fear, do not worry. And like when it comes to like watching scary movies, like I said, if you feel like it's going to bring more fear into your life and you're voluntarily yeah choosing to watch that movie. So that may bring you to some conviction or regret that maybe you shouldn't have watched it, or maybe you'll make the choice before you even watch it just to say that you're not going to watch it. So like I said, there's that. So like I said, that's definitely good that you brought up about the movie because like brought more attention to the topic on Halloween movies because that is included in the Halloween festivities. Like I said, it is just more than trick or treating and the costumes and all that. So I'm glad you brought that up. And I know also, like I know people view Halloween not only as like a pagan kind of practice, but people view it also as like witchcraft. And to me, I feel like that's a little bizarre, but I know some Christians do, and like, I guess they have a right to, believe that way, but because I guess they go back to, I think I was looking up some like earlier, I was looking at like in Deuteronomy, like it talks about like where you shouldn't engage in witchcraft, and this is like kind of the verse that it seems like they use to defend their case for like Halloween being a dark kind of thing. But I feel like when it comes to like your costume, like I said, if it's something that's like harmless, like I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like I say, if you're just going out to, trick or treat with your nephews, nieces, your friends, I mean, anything like that, your kids, unless I don't see nothing wrong with that when it's lighthearted and fun. Now, there are some costumes out there that are a little revealing, and there are some costumes out there that are that can be pretty dark and satanic. So like so maybe those costumes, definitely I could see Halloween having a dark kind of turn on that. But overall I would say that that Halloween is not exactly a scary thing. And I know before we like started like this recording, I know we were talking about how like there's these like nowadays like trunk or treats and stuff like that, like especially at churches, like they don't want to call it a Halloween festival, they want to call it like a fall festival. So but it's
Or like
still
the church that my cousin goes to, they call it a Hallelujah Carnival.
I love that.
It's really it's so cool though because like they do all like secular things, but like and I say that this sounds terrible, but like they do secular things, but instead of like, and I can't, okay, we'll say Toy Story, and people can argue with me on, if that's bad or not. Like, I don't think Toy Story is bad. I mean, talking toys, how is that bad? I mean, but anyway, not getting into that, but like, um, I went there one last year, and this lady had her car decorated like it would have been Andy's room, like Buzz Lightyear and Toy Story. I mean, it was like so cool, like the cloud wallpaper and stuff like that. Like it looked, the backing of her Tahoe looked like it would have been Andy's room, but instead of saying "you got a friend in me," it said "you got a friend in Jesus." So I'm like, they take these secular things and they put that Christian twist on it to, it's kind of a reminder that these things are what you make of them.